Good morning students, I am Sridevi. Today let us discuss about our first unit, first topic, that is introduction of distributed systems. Now coming to the point, distributed system is one of the type of operating system. Now let us see what is a distributed systems. A distributed system is a collection of independent computers. It's just a collection of computers. I am talking about the independent computers. It means one computer is no depends on another computer. Now coming to the definition of distributed system. A distributed system is a collection of independent computers interconnected via network capable of collaborating on a task, that is distributed system. Another definition of a distributed system. A distributed system is a collection of autonomous computers using high-speed networks such as LAN. LAN stands for Local Area Network and it occupies small geographical area and its range up to 0 to 10 kilometers. And this local area network connects different types of workstations and different types of personal computers and also includes file servers and wide area networks also. And this is how a LAN combines distributed servers using servers. Here mainly distributed systems are consists of two components. They are hardware components and software component. Here the hardware component means a collection of independent computers is nothing but hardware, or simply to say that the physical components of a system is known as hardware. And the software means the user think of the system as a single component or the program which is used to run the computer is known as software. So distributed system is both hardware and software component. And let us see the diagram. Whereas in the parallel systems, there we are taking a multiple systems, CPUs or multiple processor are shared a single shared memory. It means one system is depends on the another system. So that is tightly coupled. Whereas the distributed systems, here we are taking to the collection of independent computers and those networks. Let us see the following diagram. Let us take 4 systems and each system having their its own processor and own memory. Suppose we are taking multiple processor, each system having their own processor and memory. These all systems are connected to independent computers. So let us consider these all are the independent computers. Here one computer is connected to the another computer. That means all computers are interconnected via network. Okay. Now let us see some examples of distributed systems. These are the following examples. First one is the telephone network and cellular network. Another one is the computer network such as internet and ATM machines and mobile computing, etc. Here ATM machine is the best example for the distributed system. Actually, if you want to deposit or withdraw the money, generally we need to go to the bank. But instead of that, nowadays we just go to an ATM center and we will make these transactions without going to the bank, because the ATM machine or distributed system, they maintain the same data which is in the bank. So we can do these transactions. either at bank or ATM machines. That way ATM is the best example of distributed system. So these are the different examples of distributed system using distributed operating system. So let us see one of the type of distributed operating system. So whatever we have taken the examples. These examples are the distributed operating system following used as a client server system. Let me these examples follows the client server operating system. Here all clients are connected through this single networking cable line. Client server means here suppose let us take these are the clients and let us take a server. These all are connected as a network. So all clients and different clients are connected in using same network, and that network is connected with a server. This server is using by all the clients. A single server is using all clients. So this is the representation of a client server operating system. Here in the client server operating system, major drawback is if cable fails, complete network cable will be fail. So here the server broadly categorized as two servers. There are computer server and file server. What is computer server? It provides an interface to which client can send request to perform an action and server send back result to client. So here to a communicate is there a client server sending a request to main server. But file server, it provides a file system interface where client can create, update, delete and read the files is called file server. And coming to this next topic, distributed system is loosely coupled. Let us know why the distributed system is said to be loosely coupled. Because there is no shared memory, it has various communication lines and each system is independent to another system and each system is connected to its own processor and memory. This is the major introduction of a distributed system. So here the next topic, advantages of distributed system. Main advantages of the distributed system is resource sharing, computation speed up, reliability and communication. First we will discuss resource sharing. In computing, a shared resource or network share is a computer resource mode available from one host to another host on a computer network is called resource sharing. Another advantage is computation speed up. In this computation speed up, in computer architecture, speed up is a number that measures the relative performance of two systems processing the same problem is the computation speed up. And reliability denotes the ability of a distributed system to deliver its services even when one or several of its software and hardware components are fail. And final advantage is the communication. In this communication between processors and objects in distributed systems is performed by message passing through request and reply messages. The system is structured as a group of processors. Process is nothing but objects is called servers. That deliver servers to clients is the communication. In this session, we know about the introduction part of distributed systems and advantages of distributed system. In another session, we will discuss some more topics about distributed systems. Thank you.